Hello and welcome to the news on Persian Radio and Television. My name is Nifemi Unibio. First, a quick look at the headlines. NRC resumes passenger service on Abuja-Kaduna rail corridor. Former DR Congo president sentenced to death for war crimes. Super Eagles to face Venezuela and Colombia in November US Friendlies. And now full details of the news. President Bola Tinubu assured Nigerians on Wednesday that the nation's worst days are over, declaring that its economic reforms are beginning to deliver results and that hope is rising for a more prosperous nation. In his national broadcast to mark the country's 65th independence anniversary, Tinubu stated that his administration, since coming into office in May 2023, had chosen the path of tomorrow over the comforts of today, and that Nigerians are now beginning to see tangible results from those decisions. Tinubu hailed the resilience of Nigerians, noting that the country had survived the civil war, military rule, and political crisis and is still striving to build a more perfect union. He described the 65th anniversary as a crucial moment for reflection on the sacrifices of the nation's founding fathers and the progress achieved since independence in 1960. The Nigerian Railway Corporation announced on Wednesday the immediate resumption of passenger train services on the Abuja-Kaduna corridor, effective Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. The announcement was made in a statement by the Chief Public Relations Officer, Callistus Onyemadu, who confirmed that commercial service will commence following the successful completion of all the required safety, technical, and operational checks. This development follows a recent derailment on August 26th, the second incident at the same station in 13 months. The accident occurred shortly after the train passed a manual-operated switch point that had been previously marked unserviceable. An investigation by the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau had previously concluded that the derailment was triggered by defective infrastructure and lapses in safety management. However, the update from the NRC assures the public that all necessary checks have now been concluded on the train. The recent tension in Nigeria's oil and gas sector has enraged after the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria agreed to suspend its two-day industrial action against Dangote Refinery. The decision follows a two-day meeting held on Monday and Tuesday, where the oil company reportedly agreed to reinstate its workers who had been dismissed for belonging to Pengassan. The high-stakes negotiation involved representatives from the federal government, Pengassan, and Dangote Refinery. In his closing remarks, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Muhammadu Dingyadi, stressed to both parties that the right of workers to unionize in accordance with Nigerian law must be respected. Among the international scene, former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila has been sentenced to death in absentia after being convicted of war crimes and treason by a military court on Friday. The 54-year-old, who led the DR Congo for 18 years after succeeding his assassinated father, Laurent, in 2001, was convicted of a sweeping list of charges. These include treason, crimes against humanity, and war crimes, specifically mentioning murder, sexual assault, torture, and insurrection. The charges largely consign accusation that Kabila has been supporting the M23, a rebel group responsible for widespread devastation across the country's eastern region. Kabila denied the charges but failed to appear in court to defend himself. And now we dive into the world of sports. The Nigerian Football Federation has confirmed that the Super Eagles will face two South American opponents, Venezuela and Colombia, in international friendly matches in the United States in November 2025. The two fixtures are set to be played as part of the Super Eagles' preparation for the 2025 African Cup of Nations, scheduled to be hosted by Morocco in December. Nigeria will take on Venezuela at the Shell Stadium in Houston, Texas on Friday, November 14, 2025. Kickoff is scheduled for 8 p.m. Texas time, 1 a.m. in Nigeria. Eric Chew's side would then confront Los Cafeteros of Colombia at Citi Field Stadium in Flushing Meadows, New York, on Tuesday, November 18, 2025. Up next is the entertainment news. Popular Nigerian comedian Bovi has finally disclosed the reason behind his professional separation from colleague Basketmouth. The two prominent comedians have a long history of stage collaborations before their interests diverged. In a viral interview circulating on social media, Bovi attributed the end of their professional partnership to his changing perception of financial independence. Bovi stated that he could no longer justify sharing earnings with his colleague after collaboration. He noted that the decision to pursue independent projects has since granted him the opportunity to grow financially on his own terms. And with that, we end the news today on Presian Radio and Television. My name is Nifemi Oni Bio. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Presian RTV. To get the latest news, visit our website at www.presiannews.com. You can also follow us across all social media platforms on our unified handle at Presian RTV. On behalf of the production crew, thank you for staying with us and don't forget to keep shining like the star you are.